Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are all having a lovely day out there today. Bitcoin's having a good day. Altcoin's not having the best day. News, as far as I'm concerned, has actually been pretty good for cryptocurrencies, although in the world there's been a lot of other stuff going on. We're in a good spot right now. And I know there hasn't been too much of a shift from the technicals from the last time we talked, but we're still going up bit by bit, day over day, which is the really good news here. So, today we're going to be going over Bitcoin technical analysis, going over some altcoins I want to check out, and then from there we have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 news stories we're going to be covering here. Some pretty fun stuff, and then at the end we're just going to chill and talk about some of the stuff that you guys want to talk about, any questions or anything like that. So let me know. And hey, Villa, happy to see my man. So to get started off here with Bitcoin, I just want to zoom out just a little bit because we haven't done one of these in a few days. Back up a little bit. I want to remind you guys that momentum is still doing pretty well as far as the weekly charts here. The only thing that's concerning to me is the stochastic, and you can see right now the stochastic is bearish. However, we have RSI is bullish, and we have right now the MACD being bullish as well. And by bullish with the RSI, I just mean, as you guys can see right here, we're above. We're still going in the right direction, which is pretty good there. And when we had that bearish sign, we went down. We're still generally going up though. Now, besides that, just looking at this weekly chart here, guys, we're having a big, robust move back up, only, I guess, because the war wasn't as bad as people thought, and, you know, the market is pricing that back in, right? On top of that, we do have some options expiring this Friday, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But on the shorter time frames here, guys, bouncing like we talked about here, maybe a little bit lower than I was expecting, but we bounced, which was good. And then we have a small breakout trying to occur today. Now, so far we haven't actually had that confirmation because we have, 57 minutes left. But give it some time and we should be able to close above this, entering into that nice little, order block zone, if you will, a little bit of resistance zone. And then from there, we can try tomorrow to break out above 109,000 bucks, or at least reach it. So tomorrow I'm watching to see if Bitcoin can continue to go higher, hit 109,000 bucks. And then from there, it's going to be rough, but we're going to be trying to have a breakout, and that breakout leads us to like 120,000 bucks, that really big all-time high move that we're looking for, because it has not been happening for the last few months, as you guys might have imagined. But you know what? Maybe news is finally going to calm down. Maybe things will get easier. Maybe. And hey, LW, happy to see my man. Loki's over here, and he wants a treat, so let me give you guys a little bit of a close-up view of him. He's nose-butting my shoulder because he really wants some food. There you go. Yep. Alright. Let me go back over here very fast. So, we still do have some good news. Not really much since the last time we talked about Bitcoin and stuff like that, but generally speaking, we're still in a good spot here. As far as everything else is concerned, though, you know, Ethereum... Actually, maybe best to go to weekly chart for Ethereum. You know, most altcoins are just doing okay right now. Ethereum doesn't really look that great. It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great. Ethereum really is just stagnating a lot. Solana looking a lot better. Dogecoin looking okay, fine. You know, we're not at the lows of 5 cents, but we still need to go up a little bit more, right? Trump, not so good. This is definitely a YOLO one, as we talked about before. Melania token still going down week after week. You know, if you shorted it over here, you're probably very happy with the results so far. WIF token over here looking pretty good as far as a rebound. Bonk, a little bit better. Miro, not really great, but hopefully it comes back. All right, so we still have a long way to go. One of the things we were looking at today, though, is Bitcoin dominance continues to rise, and we are getting very, 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 very close to hitting this little bit of a resistance right here. And typically on these Fibonacci levels, you start to load up when altcoins are around that price, or excuse me, the dominance is around that price. We're pretty good, right? Over here it was 60%. Over here it was 56%. Right now we're talking about 66%, 66.45%. If you're going off of, there we go, this older one here. I'm still pretty optimistic that once we hit this, we'll have a pretty seismic move downwards, just because we should be timing this up, I would think, with maybe some rate cuts. You know, one of the big news headlines I believe this week that people were talking about is federal Jerome Powell basically saying, if Trump hadn't done the tariffs, we probably would have been already cutting rates. which I think is interesting because the whole reason he's not cutting rates is because he said that inflation was going to go up. Inflation has not been going up, it's still been going down. And I think that's because Trump backed off the tariffs so much, so fast. It really hasn't had that effect. So I hope Jerome Powell is able to realize that. You know, I mean, he's thinking about a whole bunch of other stuff, but I hope he realizes that. All right. Some people were talking about what if, you know, Bitcoin dominance gets all the way back up to 74%. That could happen, but it would have to happen fast. And by that, I mean it would have to happen within like a 2-month period of time. So I don't think that's the case. I'm expecting at least altcoins to have a pretty big move here over the next month or two. And I'd really say just month to a month and a half, because we should be getting rejected from this Fibonacci level right now. The last time was back over here in 2020, 2021. We've had a lot of altcoins since then, although you may say that a lot of those altcoins have been bleeding out, right? Definitely been bleeding out. And hey, Bill, Showtime and Nora, happy to see both of you guys in here. If you guys have any questions, let me know. All right, so now that we got all that stuff up, dollar index is still coming down here, which I think is good for crypto overall. Look at that. This is the monthly chart coming down. And then gold's still going higher, but not really much. Dow Jones month over month still looking, well, let me zoom in here so you guys can see. Still looking fine. NASDAQ, I mean, all-time highs basically right this month, despite everything that's happened. SPY about to hit all-time highs this month, perhaps. So again, we're still in a good spot as far as making money, holding assets, and watching that those assets really grind up and make us some good money. Let me go back over here very fast. All right, here's the Bitcoin 15-minute. We want to close above this level right here in order to have a breakout, which could open the door for $109,000 tomorrow for Bitcoin, which is basically around $2,000 higher than where we are right now. Okay, now there are some tokens making some good moves today, but I wouldn't say they're necessarily crazy. So you see Pi's up 16%. Over the last 30 days, it's still down 19%. Bitcoin Cash is one of those few. We talked about this as far as being one of the safe piles, I think, in one of our watch list here. Was it this one? No. Where should I put it? Well, we talked about this basically because you can see it's green across the board here, even year to date, still green. Form is another good one right there. Maple syrup is another good one right here. The next one we talked about was Bitcoin, of course, but that's already there. Anything else? No. But yeah, so we still have some moves that are happening right now, but really I'm saying Bitcoin Cash, Pi, Form, and Maple syrup, Maple Finance. I want to say Maple syrup because I always forget the finance in the middle of it. But I'm wondering if I should actually buy some Maple Finance. I don't really like the company itself, but if people are going to be in it, I might as well hop on board as well. And the market cap is only $640 million here, so we'll see. And hey, Bill, Showtime. Well, let me see what we've done with this type of stuff for now. I can open that up very fast for you. And hey, LW made some profits. There you go. Profits today is actually pretty impressive. The market's been all over the place with I mean, you can see Bitcoin here. Oh, in the morning, nice little pop, then drop, then pop, then drop. It's been choppy today. It's been very, very choppy today. And FRISA, US dollar. Oh, I don't know if this is too new. Coinbase. Let's see, yeah, Coinbase probably is the best one right here. To me, I'm not going to be able to see much from this chart right now. I am happy to say, like, it's not crashing and burning like a Melania, so this is probably something that opens the door for dollar cost averaging. If we're talking about that Bitcoin dominance that we just talked about here, I'd probably say you probably have a few weeks to dollar cost average into this one. I mean, you don't need to really put in much more than a few $100 if you're really going heavy into it. But let me see if I can find the actual market cap for you. 147. Oh yeah, you don't need that much money invested in here. Profile score is only 40%. Let's see. Oh, freshness of the data. Okay. What do they do? Meet your digital twin, an intelligent operating system that learns you, amplifies your preferences, seals your intent, upgrades your mind, and extra cortex. Interesting. So a small amount of followers so far. Okay. Where be X? There we go. 27,000 followers, so not that many. They haven't tweeted since May. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. They are building you up towards something, I suppose. But the way I'm looking at this is, yeah, I'd probably just invest 100 or 200 bucks into it. I mean, it's enough for 100 bucks, right? It isn't enough for that. You can see when they were doing a lot more social media, they were getting a lot of likes and comments and stuff like that. The idea does work, especially for social media, so this thing can go viral. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody put like 100 bucks in here and kind of watch to see where it goes. Um, I would still sell when Bitcoin's looking a little bit choppy itself. I wouldn't try to hold through anything, but this is something I'd buy. But as far as I see the dollar chart right now, yeah, if you're looking at an average, you're below the average of where it's been. And it's been kind of choppy for the last, since April. I'd buy this one. There you go. Probably gonna have to hold for a couple months, but I don't think that's a bad thing. All right, let me go back over here very fast. And what's up with the Circle IPO? What is up with the Circle IPO? I haven't had seen Circle having any issues. Have they been having issues? They went public and then they got the boost from the Genius Act, I believe. Yeah, talked about buying it down there a little bit, but mm, I don't see any issues with it so far. I mean, again, it just went public. It always goes up quite a bit and then it crashes back down to earth. Most companies will have that. I think what you're seeing right now is everybody that loaded up over here, they're just taking their profits because they know it's overvalued at this point in time, right? Let me see. They don't really have much earnings at there just yet. But I mean, if I go over here to Hood, it was a similar type of thing. Although Hood's was a little bit shorter term because of when they went public. But this is Hood. I already sold off most of mine, but I bought this sucker way back over here during the 9s and 10s. But you guys recall this did go up for a few days, right? No, this is a 4-hour chart. So sorry, went up for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it started to come back down, and then reality sets in. And that's basically what's happening with Circle. Circle is something you definitely want to hold for the long term here, right? Just like with there you go, Robinhood. But you can see back over here, people valued it what it really was, and then afterwards they had to fix some stuff, right? Make some changes, and then they took off. Same type of thing that needs to happen with Circle right now. I'm not buying Circle like for a big swing trade or anything like that right now. I'm waiting for that sucker to crash, hit a floor, consolidate, and then I'll be buying during that consolidation. I wasn't sure when I was buying around $10. I wasn't sure if it was going to go to 7 or 6, something like that. That's just when I kind of started it up, right? But if you look at it like this, you really had about 2 years to buy this, right? Circle will probably move a little bit faster, but you're going to have some time when it does come down. Although I will say 2022 is when we saw interest rates hiking, people not investing as much, and all that type of stuff, right? So they had bad numbers, but maybe not as many stable coins will be moving around. If we do hit a bad economic patch, you just never know. Okay, there we go. It messed up not getting Circle right away. Yeah, Circle only went up that high because the Genius Act was passed. So you would have had to really believe that the Genius Act was getting passed in order to make that bet. But I mean, the way everybody's Republican in the House and Senate right now, or the Republicans are in charge of the House and Senate right now, there was a pretty good chance of it actually getting passed, right? Anyways, Bill Showtime, happy to help you out, my man. The company looks interesting. I'm wondering how it works at a practical level. It might even be worth it to just let me put my email in this. Okay, I signed up for. I gotta do something else in a little bit, but yeah, I signed up for it. Now, as far as news is concerned, here, let me make sure this is going up because I'm not looking at. There we go. Loki wants another treat, but he's getting kind of spoiled right now with these treats. Give him half a treat. There you go. That's no. I got him a bonus treat right here, but this is beef lung. He doesn't get beef lung without doing something very nice and good, which he hasn't been doing lately. He's been playing outside all day. All right, let me get it here very fast. So one of the stories today that I saw on Cointelegraph here, let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. Is basically talking about how the market's going higher, and we have the $20 billion in monthly options expiring, which is quite a bit here, right? Now, Bitcoin traders are closely watching the 20 billion monthly options expiry set for June 27th. Although Bitcoin is down 1.72% over the past 30 days, not that bad. Traders who used options to hedge against downside risk are already bracing for a steeper decline. This recent price recovery may give bulls the key opportunity to solidify support at 105,000, a level that could prove decisive in the push towards new all-time highs in the coming weeks, basically in July, right? Wouldn't it be great if it happened on the 4th of July, Bitcoin blasting off as all the fireworks are blasting off? I would love that quite a bit. And hold on a second, guys. I'm going to take a sip of tea. I feel like I'm talking very fast right now. I still need to fix that myself. Even feels weird explaining to you guys why I'm taking a break to slow my horses, right? But I'm still having trouble not speaking fast. And I think that's just because I used to do a lot of marketing work and just, you know. But I think I'm going to take some anxiety medication or something like that to stop me from talking so fast. Because I think it's anxiety, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, currently open interest for call buy options stands at 11.2 billion compared with 8.8 billion for put sell options. That's pretty nice. I'm gonna split. Notably, 7.1 billion of those put options have strike prices at 101,000 or lower. As a result, the advantage has shifted markedly in favor of the bullish bets. Yeah, that means in order for them to make some money, we have to get back down below $101,000 before Friday. And while that is always possible, what did they just say? 101,000, not 105,000, $101,000. The thing about that, though, it could happen. Of course, we got the moving averages and things like that. But that means we have to get all the way over down here in 2 days. That's probably not going to happen. That'll probably open up the doors to get more bullish and say, let's go sky high, let's have a breakout and whatnot. That breakout may not be just like that. It'll most likely be something like this, right? But that's still something I think we can be happy with. All right, but I'm not even taking any swing trade longs or anything like that right now. I'll let you guys know when I do. Like the last one we did, which was a week ago or something like that. I believe a week ago. All right, let me go back over here very fast. And the best way, I guess, they have to make some money, the bears, is by increasing uncertainty. That's not really for them to say at this point. I would have to say, what do you call the war is calming down in the Middle East. People just don't care about the Ukraine-Russia war that much anymore, right? And things are calming down. You've even seen oil prices plummet over the last few days. So I don't think there's really any news that they can have or anything out there that can really derail Bitcoin from not hitting $101,000 by Friday. Now, there could be pure price manipulation, but that's a whole different topic, as you guys might imagine. I'm not going to really go over this story the same way as the last one. I just want to let you guys know that with Coinbase actually doing leverage trading in the United States now, on the way to do it, you're going to see a lot more investors out there using leverage that might not be exposed to it. You know, the companies that I work with, like a Weeks or a BYDFi, the Binances of the world, the KuCoins of the world, all of those ones, right? All of those, as far as I'm concerned, always have an extra barrier to get to them because people don't want to have to buy, put US dollars on Coinbase, buy stable coins with those US dollars, then move it over to another exchange and pay a fee for it, then trade, then make the profit, then bring it back again with a fee to Coinbase, then sell for US dollars with Coinbase, pay another fee, right? And then withdraw it to your bank account. Everything now is going to happen on Coinbase for the most effect. Not everything, as you guys might imagine. There's going to be a lot more rules and regulation on Coinbase, which will make people not want to use it as much, especially like KYC and stuff like that. But But if more people are using leverage, I do believe that helps the Bitcoin bull run get a little bit more crazy, especially for everybody that loves to do day trading, swing trading, high leverage positions. If they're buying up all of those assets there, that should make things a lot easier for us to get Bitcoin on the move here. So instead of buying a little bit in the futures markets, they're buying a lot. I think that can definitely push up Bitcoin's price very, very quickly. My concern though is people are going to, of course, mess it up, spend too much money, gamble too much, and they're going to lose a lot. So if you guys are thinking about doing leverage and you guys haven't done it before because of whatever reason, and you see Coinbase giving the opportunity for you to do it now, I would say stick to 2x leverage, 3x leverage. If you must go into leverage at all, stick to those ones. And then once you're more confident, you have your trading journal, everything like that, then you can go up to 5x leverage, 10x leverage, 20x leverage, whatever. But I don't know how their fees are going to be structured just yet. And usually they're pretty high on fees compared to everybody else. So it's risky. So make sure like you see how much profit you need to make in order to cover those fees, because those fees could be a lot. Coinbase is they want a lot of your money. They want all that money through fees. Now, as far as what happened in crypto today, I was going to go over a bunch of stuff here, but I don't actually think any of this matters for right now. One of the ones I wanted to talk to you about is this one right here. And for that one, we're going to go over here. All right. So the Trump administration moves to count crypto as a federal mortgage asset, which is pretty good. So let me just read you guys the key points and talk about what this means. So the Federal Housing Finance Agency is working on to let borrowers use crypto as part of their federal mortgage applications without converting it to cash. Only digital assets held on U.S. regulated centralized exchanges will qualify under the new guidance. Fannie and Freddie must design safeguards to account for crypto's volatility and submit their plans to the FHFA. Now, this is going to take a lot of time, but this means when the government or mortgage companies are looking if they want to give you capital or a loan to buy a house, they're not just going to look at the cash in your accounts. They can also look for the cryptocurrency in your accounts as well, which I think is going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, they said crypto because you have more than Bitcoin. Fannie and Freddie, they're probably just going to do Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a few other tokens that are qualified for it. I doubt they're going to, have meme coins as part of that that list there. But again, we are seeing movement into this space, which is absolutely fantastic. It gets people more likely to have crypto in their portfolio for the long term. And if they're buying and holding, that's good for all of us, because that just means the floor always gets higher and higher and higher. Last time we went as far down as like $15,000, $14,000 for Bitcoin, 15,000, 17, something like that, right? Well, this time, of course, we're not going to go down that low. The next time, we're not going to go down that low as well. I think we're on a really good trajectory here with the government allowing more people, not incentivizing, but just allowing more people to benefit from the crypto they hold, where you might have said they were being punished for holding crypto back in the day when they really shouldn't have, right? So that's some good news for us as well. As far as the last little bit of news here, Nvidia hit all-time highs again today. That was pretty fun news. We also saw the Nvidia, Nasdaq also hitting some high levels here. SPY is soon to be there as well. Money's still flowing, guys, and part of that move is definitely going to be AI tokens. I am hoping that AI tokens will make a nice little comeback here, but they have not been doing great so far. Okay, these are AI tokens. You guys can see them all right here. I know the names are kind of messed up, but there's TAO. You can see the tickers. See how they're all red. Red. Maybe IP is a little bit better, but generally speaking, there's a lot of red in here. A lot of red. Live peer is up a little bit. Maybe that's something to watch out for. That market cap is 278. Maybe live peer. Let me put a star on that one. Yeah, there we go. But again, everything for the most part is down a lot. So if AI starts to get built back up, especially as we're seeing Bitcoin dominance hit a level of resistance, hopefully the next couple weeks, maybe AI tokens can have a big push. But across the board, AI tokens, for the most part, like all but like 3 or 4, they've all been having really bad times. So just understand it, okay? These things have been getting killed. I got some fall, as you guys know. That one's been getting killed as well. I don't have any Godius Maximus, but I want some. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in some trouble here. I haven't heard of Echelon Prime, but I want to look at it very fast. What is this? Echelon Prime. I think that's how you pronounce it. Echelon Prime. Prime Foundation powering parallel TCG and beyond at Prime. Let me just go over here to the X account. A gaming ecosystem. I see. 23,000 followers. And they just tweeted yesterday. Okay, and they're distributing rewards, so they are doing some stuff here. So that's good to see. I gotta look more about them though. So is making a push. Hopefully that works out. I was looking for AI companies to actually invest in the stock market today, and I really didn't find anything I liked, so that kind of sucked. I'll try to find more, but no, not even AI. I was looking for robotics companies today. I spent a couple hours looking for robotics companies, trudging through a bunch of stuff, and all the good ones are still private, so there's no luck there. If we can't get in with a penny, they're worthless basically. It's much harder to buy into them unless you guys want to go for like the 10-year plus type of runs, which can work, but that's a lot of time to wait for profit. A long time to work for profit. And I'll say the last big thing before we go over here to this NVIDIA robotics news, right, is divided Fed proposes rule to ease capital requirements for big street banks. Deregulation is even happening at the Fed level. And I like this because, again, this just means more money is opening up, more money is able to go into the market, and I think that's going to be very, very good for all of us. There is going to be risk associated with this. I'm choosing to ignore them just like I ignored them back in the 2008 financial crisis, the recession. Personally, I'm not that affected by stuff like this when shit hits the fan. America is, therefore I am in that sense, but not really. So again, just more money in the market. And lastly, I don't know what you guys think about this and robotics and as far as I don't know what you guys think about robotics in terms of a good way to make money in the market. But NVIDIA CEO says robotics is the chip maker's biggest opportunity after AI. Now, I already own some NVIDIA. I'm holding it, but honestly, I've been selling it off, as you guys know, for years now because it's been going so well. I was looking today for robotics companies. I really couldn't find many of them that were available to be traded publicly. One of the ones that I do like is Boston Dynamics, but that one is not public yet, which means it's incredibly hard to really get that money, basically, right? Because right now it's valued in billions of dollars. I want to buy a company that has a market cap that's cheaper, right? But has the opportunity to grow after I buy it. I'm not really finding anything like that just yet. I mean, Amazon's making robots, Tesla's making robots, sure, but Tesla's already kind of valued pretty high. Amazon's valued pretty high right now as well. I'm just not in that happy mood to go buying a bunch of companies here, especially because everything is still in a weird spot. So let me go back over here very fast, push this out a little bit more. But yeah, so that's kind of the news of the day. If you guys have any questions on any other tokens, let me know. This is going to be a pretty relaxed day. I wasn't able to stream yesterday because I was kind of feeling kind of down. I don't know if it was allergies or something like that, but it was a really hot day and I just could not breathe too well. I think it was an allergies because my yard was mown yesterday, so yeah, it was probably allergies. But yeah, so that's some of the stuff from today. I can hear jets flying over my house right now. They're very loud. And there we go. Let me see, how is this working out? Smart Money Concepts, watch and see how it plays out. Oh, that one got bad. That one went okay. Okay. Back to the 15 to see if we're going to see some growth. But yeah, so things are working out for Bitcoin. I'm still happy with the price action. I wish I was more happy with altcoin price action, but it just doesn't seem to be happening at this point, right? So that's kind of the news of the day. A few things about the channel before I answer any of you guys' questions, if you guys have more. I'm still trying to work up to get to 5 videos a day for you guys. I do notice that some, I guess they're not really you guys because you guys don't necessarily watch all my daily videos. There are a lot more hot comments when I'm talking about Trump or Democrats or war and stuff like that. Iran, Israel, a lot of pro-Iran people did not like my videos. But anyway, oh sorry. Yeah, I'm supposed to be in Seattle in an hour. I'm not going to that. But what do you call it? I am working on them. They seem to be getting better views. I am working on more shorts right now. I was doing some green screens to test one thing out before I kind of went down my own path. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm only going to do the cut features on short form content. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but basically somebody else's video is talking. Then after 5 seconds, I take over. Then I'm talking about whatever I want to talk to. So this guy's talking about how XRP is going to the moon. Then I'm like, I don't think XRP is going to the moon, and this is why, right? Or maybe I think XRP is going to the moon. This is why. That makes sense. So you guys are going to see more of those probably popping up on your shorts feeds. But I am happy to say, if I can find this here, last 7 days, there you go. 30%, 31% more views in the past 7 days. That's working out. More subscribers, more watch time. So doing all of this is working. It's just going to take me some time to get into that rhythm, and it's taking me a lot longer than I thought. So I think what I'm going to do is probably, I have some like not ADHD medication, but like anti-anxiety and depression medication. I think I'm going to take some of that and see if that helps with my anxiety, which means I should be able to just get more work done throughout the day instead of overthinking stuff, which should be pretty fun. And then starting next week, which is also going to be pretty fun here, guys, I'm going to start smoking cigars with you guys again, maybe twice a week, 1 cigar per the stream, hanging out, chilling. I have a lighter over there. I think I actually have a cigar I wanted to smoke with you guys, but this thing, I let it dry up overnight on accident. I meant to put it back in its case. Let's see. No, it's a little too old at this point. I don't want to get another one. Or maybe I'll smoke a pipe. I'm not entirely sure. But get ready for that as well. I've been missing smoking some cigars with you guys. No drinking alcohol because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, of course. But since I am fasting again, you will see me with some tea and whatnot, right? Which is pretty darn nice. I even bought some of those metal things we can put tea inside of it and then just drop it in the water and kind of lets it not dissolve, but get the tea tasting good. Today I'm using the reusable Keurig cups for that. I didn't have any at my house, the other ones. Oh man. But hey Josh, yeah, I'm excited. The data's going good. I always like to kind of talk to you guys in this stream and talk about what's going on because again, what I'm going to be doing with this one, what I'm going to be doing with this channel here is shifting it away from cryptocurrency over time, and I'm still going to be doing streams with you guys, but it'll be based off of whatever news is hitting, and it'll be like a financial news type of thing, right? So there's just going to be so much happening here over the next few months, and I want to make sure everything's good. And then starting next week, I was going to try to do it this week, like I said, but I'm just not capable of it right now. My mental state of fasting. I am going to start putting out a lot more tutorial content for you guys as well. So I think the day I start posting content, which will be Monday for the other channel, Monday afternoon when I'm streaming with you guys at 4 o'clock, I'm going to say, hey, everybody go subscribe here, because then I'm going to start asking you guys on that channel, what type of tutorials do you guys like? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a mix of what you guys are asking, and I'm going to do a mix of what's going viral. So by viral, I just mean I go over here to incognito mode, right? Go to YouTube, and I do trading strategy, and then I basically will go to views, all-time views, and I'll see what videos have gotten the most views. And in this circumstance, I want to go to video and not shorts, and I need to make it over, let's say actually over 20 minutes, because my tutorials are longer, right? So I'll be making tutorial videos like these here, a little bit more boring, maybe not as flashy, like I'm not going to be using Matrix and stuff like that, but I'm hoping I can do something like that where it's a half an hour and teaching you guys what's going on here, which I think can do very, very well. The top videos are usually from India, right? Because they have a lot more people searching. But I think this should work out pretty well. Because I have videos that have over hundreds of thousands of views, and they're all tutorials. So I think that's the way I want to go. I'm not going to do the Trading Geek style because that one doesn't really help you learn, but it is entertaining. I think I'm going to settle for less views and more entertainment. Less views and more educational style, which should work out pretty well, right? And hey, Triple I, why I think it's a trap for alts from December, 6 months, they are dead. No, they've been dead for a minute here. That's why the dollar cost averaging has only been the best way to do it. Sure, we can swing things every now and again, but if you're waiting to buy and you don't want to like watch it go down as you're buying, really what people have been doing is doing the Bitcoin dominance. I would suggest you watch a friend of mine. His name is Benjamin Cohen on YouTube. I just had a, oh, I just got out of that. Hold on. There you go. This guy right here talks a lot about Bitcoin dominance, right? Now this Bitcoin bull market support band, Bitcoin dominance hits all-time high, a new cycle high, excuse me, right? So he's talking about it quite a bit. I would encourage you to watch this video. It'll help you learn a lot about when altcoins should start to really having a big move, right? He puts out videos every couple of days. Great guy, throws great parties, just a really fun guy to hang out with. And again, Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin dominance. He loves making Bitcoin dominance, okay? Loves making Bitcoin dominance. But Bitcoin dominance videos, excuse me. But he loves to discuss it. But right now, I would say I'm still dollar cost averaging because when we hit these levels here and we start having the larger breakdowns, you typically see altcoins have a nice run for a few weeks. And I will stress, just like we did last time, these runs only last for a few weeks to a month. So you have to like scale out of them a good amount. Now, you can scale at 50%, 40%, whatever. If you're using leverage, it's going to be a higher percent of scale out. But if you're just going spot trading, oh yeah, you can put some money there. You can scale out 20%, leave it the rest for the altcoin season whenever it comes. It just depends on how long you want to wait, how much money you're okay settling in there for the long term, and all that good stuff right here. But I'm still thinking we're looking for a nice little pump from altcoins here pretty soon. Probably once we see the $2 billion and $20 billion in options expiring this Friday, we should have a pretty good move here. There we are. And hey, GT, happy to see my man. Hope you're doing very, very well. We were just talking about some altcoins, some Bitcoin, some news from the day, and then talking about the new channel here. Oh, yeah. So, again, when you guys start looking at the new channel, I start posting stuff, please let me know what type of content you guys want to, and I'll start to make more videos based on that. And then what I'll do is I'll use Opus Clip to chop up those tutorials, and basically I'm not even going to really focus on the short form stuff too much. I'm literally just going to use Opus Clip to crop anything about cryptocurrency. This is crypto hearings, anything about my channel, this channel, whatever. I'm going to crop it and post it. Ooh, no, I can't do that. I'll crop all of my tutorial videos and I'll put them on there. I think that'll be pretty good for everybody. So yeah, should be a pretty fun time. Hope you guys enjoy the new channel when it does pop up. And then I'm going to be starting a third channel, but that one probably won't happen until maybe mid-July or something. That one's going to be... I got to figure out a name that hasn't been taken yet. Let me see. New incognito window. I want to call it How to AI, but I don't know if it's oh, somebody already has it. 300,000 subscribers.
It took me 3.
Yeah, right. So this guy already has it. Maybe I'll call it How to AI, but with spaces. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so there's a bunch of cool stuff here. This guy's doing some really cool videos as well, making faceless channels. These things actually probably cost a few $100 per video for him to make, but let me, oh, can I subscribe to this guy? I want to make sure I copy some of his stuff. He is working out pretty well. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. There we go. Subscribe. 50,000 months. So his is more easy money type of stuff. Mine's not going to be like this at all. Mine's going to be like, how do you use ChatGPT for beginners? That type of stuff. But I like that title, and so maybe I'll make a different version of his title, unless he sues me or something like that, right? And hey, GT, Ben Cohen makes me anxious. He was wrong once about the extended cycle theory. Now he's only saying Bitcoin will have its run and everything else will suffer for it. I, for one, think he's wrong on that. No, I would disagree with him as well. I believe we're going to have an altcoin season. I think we just need to have the right circumstances for it. And for us, that means we need to be in the middle of rate cuts. And we're just not seeing rate cuts. Like, let me go over something like a Dogecoin, which we all know and love, right? Rate cuts, woo! Where are we back over here? Rate cuts, nothing happened for Book of Meme. Interesting. I'm just going through some random ones. Pepe had a big run up here. Floki had a nice little run right there. Milady had a nice little run, but not a lot, but it was a run. Well, actually, how much was that from the bottom to the high? 134%. Actually, that's not bad. ADA, ADA had a big one right there. That was with cutting interest rates. We're not cutting interest rates right now. It sucks. So I don't think we hit those types of altcoin season levels until we get that going. But I would disagree with Ben on that one as well. Yes. But again, I saw one of Ben's shorts today and I was like, he's coming around to my side about something. Benjamin was talking about how whenever Bitcoin closes for 2 weeks in a row below the 50-week moving average, the altcoins, the Bitcoin ride is over typically, right? Then it goes down, and we saw something like that, right? And that was pretty cool because that kind of follows some of the logic that we talked about here as far as having the big moves afterwards, right? Like this one was over here, I think somewhere over there. We closed down below it over here, and the move was over. The bull market was over. Sorry, I was thinking of the best way to say that. My way, of course, is moving averages because I like those a lot more. People understand death crosses a lot more. So boom, boom, boom. But, he's finding some of the same patterns I am. But yeah, no, I agree. I do think we're going to have an altcoin season. I do believe that it may not be as glorious as years past, but I still think it'll be a pretty good one because people still have some money in their pocket. Economy overall is still okay. Not great, not good, but okay. And having, how should I say, interest rates being cut, it also means that people will have that mindset of going all in into altcoins. But once we get into that mindset, of course, the rest of the world kind of hops on board. So Asia's like, oh, we're getting into altcoins now too. India's like, hey, we need to get into altcoins too. Social media fervor increases. And then from then, everybody just starts getting hyped up. There's a bunch of FOMO. Then we rise up and everybody's like, oh, I gotta buy. All of us who had been buying over the past few months, that's our X liquidity basically. But I do agree with you there. Yeah. And hey, Puma, still trying to find the fountain of youth so I can be alive for the altcoin season. This is taking forever. This cycle has been very, very lackluster, I would say. Now, Bitcoin's been fine. I think that's okay. But man, it's just been absolutely brutal. Which I think is why you've actually seen a lot of influencers really dying off here. I mean, thank God excuse me. Tickle. Yeah, huh? He has sharp claws. He's been digging in the dirt all day, which means like sharp razor sharp claws. But anyway, yeah, it's just been a rough one. It's been very, very boring. And I think that's why so many YouTubers have been trying to figure out something else to do with their time and how they do it. Like if I didn't trade, I probably wouldn't have much money in my account at all right now. Because I do my YouTube stuff, pay for all that good stuff. But I will say this, even I'm having to make some changes and transitions, right? That's not necessarily because the crypto market's been kind of slow. That's because YouTube did demonetize me. They wouldn't tell me why. I feel like I'm stuttering now, but that type of stuff. So that's why my plan is to see if I can do this very fast. There you go. Have channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, right? Oh God. Yeah, there you go. This is the main one we're on right now. This will be finance and entertainment. This one is going to be crypto. No. This one's going to be trading tutorials. And this one is going to be AI. All right. This one is going to be the priority because this is how I stream with you guys and talk with you guys. This one is where I'm going to put a lot of my energy as well. This one is an afterthought for now. I may make one video a week for that. For this one, again, this is 5 times 5. That's 25 videos a week, 5 streams a week, plus maybe 10 shorts a week. All right. Now these shorts are pretty easy. They take about a couple minutes each. The live streams take a couple hours a piece, right? And then 25 videos, that probably takes, on average, like a half an hour video. So take some time. And then these ones, this will probably take up 5 hours out of my week, and this one will probably take up 2 hours of my week. Actually, no, this will probably take up like 10 hours of my week or something like that. So I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to do for sure, but I think it'll work out pretty well because what I can do is I can monetize this channel and I can monetize this channel. And then while that's going on, I can try to figure out what's happening here because this is a big old question mark right now. I still don't know what happened to my channel and they won't tell me. So what I'm going to do again for this one is I'm going to go deep into my videos here for shorts because I think they're mad about a short or something like that. I'm also going to talk to a YouTube manager. I finally got information to talk to somebody. And I'm going to say, hey, what videos do I need to delete? Because for the love of freaking God, I want to be monetized again. Because these ones aren't having any issues. There's copyright, but that's just music and stuff like that. I pay for the music, but I don't want to like upload the files. But that's not what's holding me up. That just means I get a cut of it because I'm not making any money right now for this stuff. So I think that'd be fine. Jesus, so I'm getting like 1,000 messages right now. But yeah, so that's kind of the goal right now. But as you can see, actually from today, I only put out 2 videos because there's only a little bit of news here. There was Trump joins the NATO summit and then Cuomo losing, right? The Mamdani taking over New York. Not really much news here. I think I just have to make news sound more exciting than it is, or just find a way to talk about it more and have the energy to do so. Because again, I want to put out 5 videos a day, and that's much more difficult than I thought. But I think I'll be okay there once I get the rhythm down. I'm still just starting up my fast here, so that fast is going to be killing me because my brain power isn't up to 100% just yet. I'm towards the end of it, of the ketosis part. So basically, my liver is going to start burning fat here pretty soon, which means I'll be back up to having enough energy for my brain because I haven't had enough energy for my brain for the last few days, which sucks. But you know, weight loss is important, and I've lost a lot of weight on my first fast. Took a week off, going back into it. The way I told AI about it, and my doctor was, I'm going to have 1 unhealthy meal a week. That's it. I'm going to fast the rest of the week. However, I will have, on average, a shot of alcohol a night, and I'll have tea for the rest of the time, coffee for the rest of the time, and my body should be able to do okay with that. My thing is I just have to keep on making sure that I'm taking all my pills. Like today, I haven't taken a few of them, so that's the thing I need to worry about. Electrolytes and stuff like that, right? And hey, Josh, I know, right? It's chaotic, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in my life right now. But I think it's good. I might even try to play some video games tomorrow tonight. I have this game I bought and I haven't played much of it at all. It's called Kingdom Come Deliverance. Yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance. And I remember playing. I remember I liked it a lot. I was dying a lot in the game, but that made me like it because it was actually a difficult game. But I haven't had a really chance to play it just yet, so I'm gonna try that. But I think overall things are working out fine. Views for the streams have been going down. That's because I have been streaming regularly, and that's my fault. So that's something I can remedy by just streaming every day, right? But I think it's just getting together a rhythm, which almost makes me honestly, I'm almost wondering. No, I won't do it. I'm too lazy to do that. If I should raise my desk up all the time, right? Raise my desk up and talk, like stand while talking, but my ankle's still messed up a little bit. And do that. That could be kind of fun. But I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll just have to find a way to sit up straight and like talk with you guys and do a good job there. But so far, again, it's working. It's doing what it needs to be done. And hey, Puma, you've been intermittent fasting and electrolytes are key to maintaining focus. No sugar, but electrolytes definitely ease the headaches. Yeah, I can't have any sugar. I can't have any sugar at all. But electrolytes, I usually do pretty well on them. That's not usually the big deal for me. I got potassium in the powder form. I got the electrolyte tablets if I need those. I got the pure magnesium. I got all that type of stuff, which is really, really good. Luckily I haven't had any headaches. It's just that brain fog, right? It's just that brain fog that comes along every now and again. Because I'm a bigger guy, bigger body. It takes a little bit more energy to get me in that full ketosis mode. But again, I'll get there again. But I think Tuesdays are going to be my cheat days. Tuesdays are going to be when I have a really crazily unhealthy meal. Now, it may just be fajitas or something like that, but I'll be eating tortillas and carbs, which shouldn't be too bad. I'm thinking it'll probably end up being nachos, probably nachos or pizza. You know what I mean? It'll transition. But I was like, you know what? It won't matter at all, because I've been using this pedal thing underneath and I've been losing some calories that way. But this pedal thing, you know what? As much as I like it, I'm wondering if I'm too fat for it. I think. Oh no, not fat. I think I'm just because I'm knock kneed. My legs don't really like fit in the way you would think it needs to fit in there. Um, so I think I'm gonna make it a sofa thing and not a desk thing because I don't like using it in this chair, but I find it pleasant on the sofa, which is weird. Maybe you guys understand that. Maybe you guys don't. But I also have a very nice workout sit down bike in my garage. I'm wondering if I should just bring that in here, back up my sofa a little bit, and literally just bike while watching TV for a few hours every day. And I think that'll actually be a good thing for me. I was doing the breakdown on Chat GPT. Um, Let me see. Let's see. Here you go. So what? Back in was May, June. In May I was like around 435 pounds. Right now I'm at 413. I know I'm so fat, but I'm getting lower. I'm getting lower. And so I was talking to you about doing a 6-day fast with 3 hours of biking a day, and then one shot of tequila a day or something like that, and then one cheat meal a week. It says I'll lose about what do you call 10 to 11 pounds. I asked her to joke if I ate a single Cheeto. I don't actually like Cheetos, but what do you call? It was going over all this type of stuff. There you go. So my BMR, like how much calories I burn just by being fat and my body needing energy to support all that, it's around 3,600 calories a month. All right. 3 hours of biking a day burns about 2,000 calories. Light daily movement, I guess just me walking. My Apple Watch, I'm not wearing it right now, but it tracks how many steps I do, and I give it the average for the last like 7 days, and it tells me how many calories I'm burning with my size and just walking. Like say I went on a walk for like 45 minutes with Loki outside. Don't know how much it is, but it adds it all up, right? And that moves into my average. And then total burn by fasting is around 6,100 calories to 6,200 calories a day. And then basically, if you take out this shot of tequila a day, that's around like 6,000 calories a day, right? So fasting 6 times 6,100 calories. That's 36,600 calories burned. Tuesday, the deficit's 2,000 here. That says estimate intake though 3,000 calories for a meal seems very excessive. It seems extreme. I don't remember the last time I've had a 3,000 calorie meal in my life. I probably had one, but that seems like very, very crazy. So my weekly burn total is going to be 41,600. Weekly food intake is going to be 3,420. Net weekly deficit is going to be around 38,000 calories. So I should lose about 10 pounds a week, which was what I was kind of doing before. I think it's more around 7 pounds a week. But yeah, and it says I need to drink more water, which I know I do, but sometimes I just forget. But I was even honest with ChatGPT. I was like, hey, I'm not drinking enough water. I'm drinking tea though. Like literally, I've had like maybe 5 of these little cups today of water. I got my large thing down here, but I need to wash it. I have a really bad history of just not washing these bottles, and so they get some type of nastiness in them. I'm like, shit, I'll just buy a new one. Then it takes me like a month to buy a new one. Literally, I got another old one right over there that's never fixed it. It's clean now, but I just haven't really used it. Yeah, weekends are my cheat days. I know, right? Coconut sugar is good for you? Oh, that's pretty interesting. I haven't had coconut sugar. Like, I'm not even going to have it, though. I'm just going to have water, coffee, tea, and then nothing else for food besides maybe nachos or something like that. But I also take like a bajillion pills. So I take multivitamins. I take bone vitamins every now and again when I need them. Magnesium. I don't take iron because I don't necessarily need it, but if I need it, I'll get it. I have the pills for it. Jojoba, some other pills that help with brain power and stuff like that. Something that opens up your veins a little bit more. Krill oil, fish oil, depending on which one I want. I do cinnamon on top of my coffee. I mix in cinnamon in my coffee sometimes. That one's pretty nice. But yeah, I do a lot of stuff. It's pretty darn good though, I have to say. Pretty darn good. Um, you weighed myself before and after. I can eat 3 to 5 pounds of food, tacos for days. Oh, what do you call? I like tacos, but I've always liked nachos more. Um, Maybe I'll get some chicharrones or something like that on Tuesday. Oh no, that's a weekend thing. I don't know. See, it's always weird. But maybe I'll move away that cheat day or something like that around. Probably not, because then I'll fuck up my schedule. But you get the point I'm trying to make, right? Biking is the secret weapon, not as hard on the knees and feet. Oh yeah, that's why I bought a bike and not a treadmill. I got a treadmill upstairs. I got a treadmill in my bedroom, so I see it every day. Haven't used it in like a year. That bike, use it all the time. My thing is, I'm starting to get tired of just biking in my garage because it's either too cold or too hot and there's no climate stuff in there, you know? Whereas if I move it in here, you guys know how my TV works, right? If I move it over here, move that sofa back, you see how close it is right there? Move it back all the way to where I'm sitting, like really close by. I have enough room to put my bike in there. And I got a big old 77-inch flat screen, huge speakers right there. I haven't had a chance to watch a movie in a very long time. I've been that busy. I'm thinking, why don't I do that, tomorrow or something like that? Or what I can do is I need to go to Best Buy for this, but I have this beautiful computer. I can, with an HDMI cord, hook it up to that big old TV back there, and I got myself an Xbox controller for the Windows right here. Why don't I try to play video games while I do it, while I bike? Or I could put the bike right here, move the chair out of the way, and then just game. But I haven't really been doing as much stuff as far as gaming, though. The only games I can really play are the Crusader Kings types, because they're running in the background while I'm doing extra work, and it's like 1 day per second, so it's very, very slow things happening, right? Buy something that should work out. I bought that thing. I need to start using it. It's just on all the time, not doing anything. But yeah, so that should be pretty fun. Yeah, it really just depends on how I'm feeling after every day, because the fasting thing is going to be really good. Like, again, the fasting helped me lose weight really, really fast and really effectively with no pain, no nothing. It's just those first couple days is a big hump, and I'm in those first few days, which is a big hump. But that's why I've been drinking more tea. I got the Moroccan mint, which is green tea with peppermint, and then I got African chai, which is like cinnamons and all that type of stuff. So it soothes my stomach and all that good stuff, right? But I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fun. Madhava coconut sugar, a taste of Thai. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't done that before. Maybe I'll have to try that. And then Puma, games is actually a good idea. Before you know it, the whole hour has passed. I know, right? I mean, I'm probably going to go 2 hours on a bike, then take a break, and do another hour late at night. Probably before I go to the cigar lounge, because I go to the cigar lounge almost every night. I'm not smoking every night, but I go there almost every night. Talk to friends, chill out. I spend a few bucks on a beer or something like that. Well, not a beer, like a shot of tequila. That's fine. What's today? Wednesday though. No, I was out smoking. I'm not gonna go tonight. I was out smoking last night because it was my friend's birthday. I'll probably end up going out on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and I'll take Sunday off as well. I think that shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, gaming. I'm thinking about it, but I feel like I don't want to sit down and look at my monitors. I feel like I want to be in front of the big screen TV and have some fun. You know what I mean? That feels like that's gonna be a much better experience with it. Much better. But maybe a little bit more difficult, right? Maybe a little bit more difficult to get everything moved around. But okay, buddy, I'm gonna cut the stream a little bit shorter on today. I need to go take a nap or something like that. I just feel like exhausted for a little bit. I'm gonna give Loki this last little piece of lamb heart. You can see this is his favorite because he just jumped up automatically. Excuse me. Yeah. See, he know. Oh, can you sit? Yeah, huh? As he rips this nice Callaway shirt. Okay, good boy. Ow, that hurt. Scraping my elbow. Yeah. Something about lamb, something about beef, I guess is his favorite. I need to give him some more beef meat here. But okay, everybody, I'll let you know how all this stuff works out tomorrow. Get ready for more content as usual. I'm just really struggling with this a lot more than I thought I would, and I think that's just because of my ADHD. But I'm going to take some of this anxiety medication I got and see if that kind of slows my brain down.